Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on where you're watching. Welcome to another edition of Crime Time with DutyRon. I'm a retired New York City police detective with 20 plus years of law enforcement. And if you like all things true crime related from a police perspective, please hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you'll get all things DutyRon when I go live or upload another video. Today we're going to talk about Harmony Montgomery, the case out of New Hampshire that has troubled all of us since December of 2021. Later part, the last day of December, she was reported missing under very mysterious circumstances. I want to say a special thank you to the Patreon supporters, the channel members, and everybody in here, all the mods, and all the folks who are joining. You guys are instrumental in making this a great place, and I hope you enjoyed the domestic violence special that we did last night. I think it was a great live. I think we got a lot of great information from Kristen Evans and her all the extra folks that we had on there. I thought it was very informative. Breaking news: this 5-year-old girl, when she was last seen, now 7 years old. Missing New Hampshire girl Harmony Montgomery's father is been arrested as the search for her continues. I'm going to play a quick piece of media for you guys so you can hear it. Hello, Dawn Marie. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. So let's play this quick piece so you guys can get an understanding of what went on this morning in New Hampshire. Again, I don't doubt that, there's a lot more behind this that we don't know yet, but let's play it.
To a just-released criminal affidavit, it details a history of alleged abuse by Montgomery and a lack of cooperation with authorities. According to the affidavit, Montgomery's own family had major concerns about possible abuse. His uncle contacted Children's Services in 2019. He said Montgomery admitted he gave his daughter a black eye and, quote, bashed her around the house in one incident, and at other times forced her to stand in a corner for hours to clean the toilet with a toothbrush. Montgomery's brother also told police he worried about Harmony's welfare. Now, no family members report seeing the little girl since 2019. Montgomery's current wife saying Montgomery told her she was living with her mother in Massachusetts, and it was Harmony's mother who sparked the current search for her, calling police this November. She lost custody to Adam Montgomery due to substance abuse issues in 2018. She told police the last time she saw her little girl was during a FaceTime call around Easter in 2019 when Harmony was 5, and despite efforts to reconnect, Montgomery blocked her from Harmony's life. Now, when police finally located Adam Montgomery in Manchester, New Hampshire, December 31st, they say he gave conflicting accounts about his daughter. He is now facing assault, child endangerment, and other charges. Meantime, the search goes on for Harmony, rewards totaling $33,000 now being offered for information that helps to find her. Antoinette, back to you.
Okay, so basically that's the story from New Hampshire. A lot of really bad information. A lot of things lead to, again, social service has failed this child. Social service, where were you during the course of 2019? Now, we know that we have in March of 2020, coronavirus, the pandemic hit. Okay, we could talk about the pandemic. Hugs right back to you, Jen, from New York to Alabama. You're talking about her father, Adam Montgomery, a admitted abuser of his child. You have his uncle, Adam's uncle. Now, that's a great uncle to Harmony, Kevin Montgomery. He stated in July of 2019 that his nephew gave his daughter a black eye. I want to know where the police reports are, where's the follow-up, and then why was he granted complete custody of this child, knowing that there was a call for service to the home? There's just so much to this. I have to do a deep dive into it. But right now we have the father under arrest. He's charged with felony second-degree assault. Now, was this felony second-degree assault from the 2019 incident? It leads me to believe yes, but they do have him in custody legally under these charges. 2 counts of misdemeanor endangering the welfare of a child, and 1 misdemeanor count of interfering with custody of a child. This is a piece of garbage. This father, and we know that the mom, as you heard in that report, substance abuse in 2018. This child was doomed from the beginning. She's blind, I believe, in her right eye. Don't hold me to it. It might be her left, but I think blind in her right eye. She's got adversity from the get-go, from birth. And, you know, hopefully her mother, when she was carrying her daughter, was not using, was a substance abuse user. We don't know. But at the end of the day, we have a complete and total failure on social services. The police are saying that they only received the report on December 31st about Harmony missing. So they are basically saying we can't investigate something that we don't know about. But why hasn't doctors, social workers, teachers, postal workers, people who deliver packages to this girl's home in Massachusetts or wherever she was allegedly last seen, why was nobody saying anything about it? How does a 7-year-old girl, at the time in 2019, 5 years old, explain to me how a 5-year-old just slips through the cracks and everybody, you're telling me that not one family member, not one friend, not one neighbor, not one person of contact from the local store, not one person rose a red flag and said, hey, where is Harmony Montgomery? How come I haven't seen her in months and months and months? How come I haven't seen her? Now we fast forward 2 years. Listen, if somebody wants to come up and try to blame the pandemic on this, you know, social services, police departments, courts, everything shut down after March, St. Patrick's Day here on the East Coast. Now, Massachusetts, everything on the East Coast was somewhat affected in the same time frame. So March 17th, New York City was shut down. There was a citywide curfew, okay? And but that's March of 2020. We're talking about July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February. 7 whole months. There was a police report. There was a call from the great uncle, Kevin Montgomery. We know that the uncle of the father, Adam Montgomery, saw something and said something. And now we also have reports from the foster parent, who is a DC reporter. I think his name is Blaine Miller, has been helpful. This was the foster parent of her other sibling. He was being cooperative and trying to make some contact, but this whole thing smells and stinks to high heavens. How can we fail a 5-year-old girl? At the time, she was 5. How could we fail in 2019, a 5-year-old girl? And now fast forward to December 31st of 2021, now into 2022. How could this happen? We need to dive into this. We need to find out what's going on, but we need to not speculate. We need to not put blame on the police. We need to look into the exact failures. And if she was a part of the foster system and social services and DCFS or whatever you want to call them, Bureau of Child Welfare, ACS, there's all different acronyms and different parts of the United States. They call them different. Yes, Pippadot, poor baby. Matty Boy Sully, good to see you. We need to hold these folks accountable. And all of the jumping up and down and all of this screaming and shouting, that doesn't help poor Harmony Montgomery. But what will help the future Harmony Montgomerys is if there's some sort of change, if there's some sort of identification of where the failure came in and addressing the failure and making sure that that failure never happens again. But it seems like we speak about this over and over again. Orrin and Orson West in California, they were failed. Little baby Thomas Valva was failed by child welfare here on Long Island. He was put out, and it's coming up on the anniversary in January, coming up on the anniversary later on in this month. Little baby Thomas Valva left in 19 degrees Fahrenheit by his own father in the garage to freeze from hypothermia and die. So we need to hold the very services that we pay our tax dollars to protect our children. We need to hold them accountable. We need to have accountability for the fudge ups. I was going to say the F word, but for the fudge ups and the mistakes that are being made. We need, as good citizens, to go to our politicians and go to the people and the powers that be and say, hey, what is happening here? Why is this happening? Okay? And I'm hoping that full disclosure comes out on this case. You know, her mom, again, her mother, Crystal, was a known drug user in 2018. Her daughter, Harmony, was removed because of her drug use. And what did they do? They put Harmony in the custody of her father, her biological father. It just doesn't make sense. Everything does not add up in this case. And every time I look at it, and every time I look into this, listen, the only good thing that's come of this is that he's in custody, and all of his inconsistencies in his stories, hopefully a very good investigator gets a hold of the father and interviews and interrogates Adam Montgomery and gets him to admit to what he did to his daughter. Because mark my words, he is responsible for the demise of Harmony Montgomery. I believe wholeheartedly that the key and the answer to what happened to Harmony Montgomery lies with the father, Adam Montgomery. And there's more than just one person that knows about it. You can mark my words. There is more than one person that has knowledge of what happened to her. We have this conversation all too many times, and it is difficult. It's difficult at best to have this conversation, but we need to do better. We need to do better in the United States. We need to do better across the country to protect our children. We need to do better. Shelly Jake says Adam has a girlfriend. I guarantee you she has knowledge of what took place, or some knowledge. But as the police chief said over in New Hampshire, he said we need the public to come forward. I saw the teardrop, Holly Katz. I saw the teardrop. That was the first thing that I noticed. As soon as I looked into this case 2 days ago and I started looking at it, I looked at his criminal history and I saw, listen, Adam Montgomery is no angel. He has been in and out of the criminal justice system quite a bit. Okay. So, again, tattoos are not indicative of criminal behavior. Criminal history will tell you. I know plenty of people who have full sleeve tattoos and are tattooed across their whole body, and they have not done one thing wrong. So let's not brand everybody who has tattoos as criminals. Okay? I say this guy, his rap sheet speaks volumes. And again, this guy is a piece of human garbage. And at the end of the day, I hope that the criminal justice system, the long arm of the law, I pray and hope that the top-ranked interview and interrogation detectives are interviewing this guy right now as we speak, and they get a full confession or a full, who knows if he's going to tell the truth, but I hope they get him to crack and tell us exactly what happened to Harmony Montgomery. And if people ask me, DutyRon, do you feel that she's still alive? I hope and pray that she's still alive. But it's not looking good, folks. If she has not been seen or heard of, not one FaceTime call, not one text message between the parents, he has allegedly blocked the mother from any kind of contact. And it was spoken about, and I heard in interviews that her sibling, her brother, wanted to reconnect with his sister, and the little boy pushed the issue that he wanted to make contact with his sister, and that's what got the ball rolling. So you mean to tell me that all the adults in this child's life, this little girl's life, not one of the adults took the initiative to say, hey, what the F happened to Harmony? Where is Harmony? How come we didn't see her for Halloween on 2019? How come we didn't see pictures of her on Easter in 2020? How come we didn't see any pictures of her on her birthday? How come we didn't hear from her on any of these special occasions that we celebrate with our children, with our kids? There's something seriously wrong. This case stinks to high heavens. And we need to, as investigators, Black Rose, great to see you. Thank you for joining. As investigators, we need to do better. And I'm talking about the investigators from child welfare. There needs to be a system of change because the system has failed over and over and over and over again. And I'm sick and tired of hearing about these cases and not hearing of any reform, anything, any measures to fix what has gone on in the past. We don't hear about it. It just goes on and on and on. Soldier Girl, great to see you. Yeah, what about the school? What about the schools? She was not registered. A 5-year-old girl, a 6-year-old girl, a now 7-year-old girl has not been in school, has not been to a health or wellness check by a pediatrician. And that doesn't send up any red flags anywhere. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't match up. Again, I'm going to look at all the particulars as they become available. I will not be looking on Facebook. I will not be going and speaking about rumors. I know that this piece of human garbage, her father, Adam Montgomery, is in custody, charged with felony second-degree assault. I'm going to look at the charges. I'm going to look at the indictments. I'm going to look at all of the history, and we're going to speak about it, and we're going to speak clear and concise. And we're going to not talk about rumors, and we're not going to talk about what's swirling out there in the Twitter sphere and Facebook land. And we are going to break down one by one, line by line, who was in contact with this girl, just like the investigators will do, and see why. Why was there no reach outs? Why was there no cries from help from the people? Our children are our future, and they need us to protect them. You can't tell me there's not one person in the extended family line of Harmony Montgomery that did not at one point or another inquire about her. I just find that hard to believe, okay? But if in fact there were no communication and there was no reach out or no help, they all need to be held accountable for their inactions. I told the story of a young boy, 7 years old. I responded to a call for a calls for help. An anonymous person called 911 many, many years ago for a child screaming. I made the initial response with my partner. It was a mother, to make a long story short, a mother who was burning her son with a cigarette, and there was burn marks all over this kid's body. I'm condensing the story. She was arrested by myself. Yours truly arrested her, right? But guess who else got arrested? Her 78-year-old mother, the grandmother of the child. Why? Because she failed to call 911. This kid had cigarette burns over 80% of his body, all over his legs, all over his chest, all over his back. I arrested the mother and I arrested the grandmother because the grandmother failed to notify the authorities. And people said, why would you arrest some old lady? She was scared to, she told me and she told the detectives, she was scared to call 911, scared to call for her grandson because she was afraid that her daughter was going to beat her and do the same thing to her. But it's still not an excuse not to do it. You still have a moral obligation. If you know something's wrong, you have a moral obligation. And as a good human being, you have to have that decency to call 911. And her mom was arrested for endangering the welfare of a child. I don't know what happened to her charges. I don't know if they were dropped, but this is going back good 25 years ago. So this is how the law was 25 years ago and probably 25 years before that, and it should be that way right now. But we need holy cats. We don't need our laws to change. We need our authorities who are there, that are in place to protect our children, to be held accountable if they fuck up and make a mistake. I said fudge up. I didn't say the F word. Oh, I did say the F word. If they fudge up, they need to be held accountable, plain and simple. This angers me to the core because not only am I a retired police professional, I am a father. I have nephews. I have nieces. I hope to be a grandfather one day. This rocks me to the core. This missing New Hampshire girl, Harmony Montgomery, is one of many and one of more that we will hear about. One of many and one of more that we will hear about. It's despicable. It's disgusting. Look, there's the train going by. You guys finally got to see the train. There's the Long Island Railroad going by. So, you guys always hear the train, you never get to see it. But now, today you're getting to see it. The train. Mary Kid, thank you. Guys, if you're not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing to this great community. Here at Crime Time with DutyRon, you get facts, you get truths, you get story. You get a story, but you get the facts. So please consider subscribing, hitting the notification bell, so you will get all things DutyRon when I go live or upload. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and now TikTok, all one word, DutyRon. Steve, thank you so much for being here. Thank you to Alexis, KH, Catherine Frame, Rita, Miss Smitty, Isabel, Matty Boy Sully, Mary Kidd, Black Rose 11. You guys are awesome. Santa Elise from over in Norway, Dawn Marie. You guys are all great moderators. Sherilyn, King of Kings, Joyce Smith. And I have Joyce Smith to thank for putting me on to this case. I appreciate you, Joyce. Thank you so much. Beverly, great to see you. Let me know where you're chiming in from, city, state, or country. Let's do a quick roll call. I haven't done one of those in a long time. Miss Donna, much love to you. I answered your email. I hope that you were happy with the email response that I sent to you. Listen, I value everybody's subscription here. I value everyone as a channel member. Am I perfect? Will my chats always be perfect? No, they won't always be perfect. Hello from Houston, Kissimmee, Florida. Good to see you. Anybody that tells you we have a perfect situation with chats, with live streams, with communities, it can't always be perfect. We make and sometimes have mistakes happen. So please, please understand that I'm just a human being. I'm not a robot. I'm not a machine. Hello from Connecticut. Iowa, the corn capital of the United States. Lexington, Kentucky. Hello from Scotland. Good to see you. Springfield, Missouri. Utah, checking in. Good to see you. West Virginia. New Zealand. Thank you. King of Prussia, Pennsylvania. I've been there. It's a long drive from me, from New York to King of Prussia. I love Labs. I love you. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much. I love the correspondence that we have, you and I. You're a really great person, and I appreciate you. I love Labs. Clearfield, Pennsylvania, thank you. Melbourne, Australia. Put another prawn on the Barbie. South Africa. Wow. There's people from all over the world here. So great to see you. Mike Carbone from Long Island out in Suffolk County. Good to see you, Mike. I know that the Thomas Valva case is near and dear to you. We will be covering it. We'll be on it. I know that Gabby Petito, we're all from Long Island. So Long Island cases, you know, they take priority. So we cover them. We go at them strong. We go at them hard. Great to see you from Great Britain. Thank you for joining. I appreciate it. Hold on a second. Black Rose at DutyRon. My grandson passed and is a paramedic as of today. He passed his paramedic. Congratulations. He's been working hard, so good for him. Proud of him. Bless you too, Madeline Jimenez. Good to see you. Thank you. All right, so again, thank you for doing the roll call with me. You guys are awesome. Hello from Manchester, the UK. Great to see you. Indy McDuff is from New Jersey. That's my neighboring state. Hello from Missouri. Hello from Canada. I did my best. Ed Wallace is still fighting. His mother, 88 years old, has now contracted COVID. So now add along to the Wallace family of COVID-19 positives, his mother. So please, everybody, give prayers for Ed Wallace's 88-year-old strong mom. Let's send them prayers and positive vibes in the chat. Let's send them love and strength. They need us now more than ever. So let me just get going. We're going to follow this Harmony Montgomery case very closely. We're going to do a deep dive and see what's going on. I'm hoping that we get an arrest, and we have either the recovery or find out what happened and where she is. Ray, good to see you. Thank you so much. We need to get on this and we need to find out what's going on. Nikki Sticks, good to see you. Lake Lizard, thank you. Rhonda, thank you. Richella, thank you. The Papa Smurf, thank you. Thank you, Brett Montgomery. Hello, Lee McKenna. Nancy Eileen, Lieutenant Pete is here. Thank you. Thank you for the prayers for Ed Wallace. Much appreciated. All right, guys, a lot of love and respect from my house to yours. God bless the world. God bless the United States of America. And God bless each and every one of us here in the chat. And all victims of crime and their families across the globe, but especially Harmony Montgomery. This little 7-year-old needs us now more than ever. And all of our friends and our families that are suffering from COVID-19. Ed Wallace's mom, Dawn Marie, and the list goes on and on. Love and respect from my house to yours. Have a good day. Have a good evening. I'll see you soon. Thank you for joining. Thank you to the super chatters, and thank you to the new subscribers. Replay viewers, I love you. Live viewers, love you too. Talk to you soon. Thank you.